I'm going to give y'all a recap of over the weekend races. Um, it was a little crazy with the weather, so a lot of people didn't come out because they didn't know if it was going to rain or not. But we ended up going through with it, and we also tried out a new spot in the facility, so it worked out great. Um, Now to the car, it was a bare ground, so I didn't want to start where I normally start, so I started fresh, and I babied it all the way up, which I should have just. I should work. It sounds great. I should work from my last one back, but my last run back, but I end up going from scratch up. But babying it is also the key, the problem I'm having, but we'll get rid of that soon. I just don't want to wreck the car in the first 2-3 test passes, so I make sure I get down and I start gradually turning it up. But we did pretty good that day. Wasn't bad. So the car did good. I had to work on the braking because it was dusty at the end of the track, and it got better as the day progressed, but it was tricky. So it was a tuner's race, but numbers were seen there. So definitely, you just had to know how to get down and get off the line, and after that, it was smooth. Shout out to Chris; he gave me some tips. Um, I tried something new as well. So my main problem I was having that day was, so I left my curve in the ESC at a set point, right? So if I went up 2 points on my remote, the car wouldn't like it. It would snatch off. It would work good. Just for instance, it would work good on 12, but if I tried 14 or 13, it wouldn't work. The car would just snap out of the line. So I didn't catch on in time, but it was my throttle curve that I needed to bring down so I can start using more of the ramp, which is start with the point going up and so forth. And I just caught on late, and it cost me the race. Cost me 2 races. So I started testing, and I started to go faster, but I was noticing the battery was taking a hit. So I was trying different ways of tuning, but I also couldn't get off the right lane. So I had a vendetta with it, and I went into that ESC and set up certain things for it to get off the line, and it went down to 174. I ended up running like a 169 in that lane, and this is with no groove. We also see 1.5s and stuff, but the groove built up as the day progressed. But it was a smooth day. It was a smooth day. The car did its thing. I had to work on I had to turn the brake down just a little bit more because we did have a longer shutdown. So it was best on the system and the car and everything to just turn the brake down and just let it roll out. And we just kept tweaking at it. So I didn't really mess with my boost. I did turn down my turbo. I ended up going back up, but I noticed when it came in, it made the car do a little. So shout out to Chris. He gave me a tip, and the car started going straight, which was adding some turbo slope. So once I did that, no matter how much turbo I was throwing at it, the car took it and held its rails. So that was a good thing. It was a great tip. Appreciate that. And I would have never thought of that. I would have just ended up taking turbo out and running it the way it was. But yeah, it was a learning process. As y'all know, I'm learning, so we still fighting. I was able to put up some good numbers. I wasn't able to go rounds, but I put up some good numbers. But it was good. I also had my tire unglued, and I glued it the night before, but it came unglued again. But anyway, I'm going to have to grab the tablet so I could show y'all what I was messing with in the ESC, and then we'll go from there. Car's running good. The car's running good. I got no problems with the car. I did end up I flipped. When I first got there, I flipped due to the braking. I ended up breaking these two. My rod's a bit bent, so I got to order one of those, but I have it set up right now the way it should be. So, Yeah, other than that, I think I need this battery is good for now, but I think I need a better battery if I want to put down some real power. I wasn't seeing bad on the voltage. The log I want to check right now was my last run from a 170, and I'm seeing like 6.6. So I want to see if there's any improvement, and then we can go from there. So I'll run and go grab the tablet. And we'll go. All right, let's check the log. See what we got here. I don't think I'd be revving the car enough, like hitting the gas enough, because sometimes it don't show the whole run. But we did get it here, so let's see. Look a lot smoother, that's for sure. 6.8, 6.7, 6.6, see? That's where I'm staying at, is at 6.6. It's not bad, but I think I could do better. Just need a better battery, that's all. But, yeah. Let's see what we hit for. This was a 170 run, so I seen 72,000 RPMs. That wasn't bad. 109 on the ESC temp, motor 86. That was a nice run. Yeah, smooth. I like that. But anyway, let's get into the ESC now. So yeah, I know all of these settings already. So that last graph you just seen, I was running a power curve like that, but I'm gonna show y'all this. This is what I started with, and I started to progress. Once I got up here, I left it like that. And every time I messed with the point, it started to mess with me, like didn't want to get off the line. So being stubborn, I didn't want to mess with this because it was going good. I just kept trying to mess with the EPA, RAM, etc. And all I needed to do, since there was no big groove, normally you keep going up, but for me to get down, when I said I couldn't get out of the right lane, I end up coming down to like right here or right there, and it worked fine. All I did was progress my, maybe I was even using this. No, not that. Maybe I was using this. Something like that. I think I did go back to this. Once I noticed I wasn't getting out the groove, I ended up going back to this. And it was working, it was smooth, but I was just playing with stuff. But anyway, so what I noticed was I went to my turbo. See, I added turbo slope. Now I also went down on my numbers here, in the front half at least, but I was at 20, and after I added the turbo slope, I started to increase. I went to 25. I noticed I gained mile an hour, and then I just started gradually going up, and I ended up at 28. That was the back end, because the front end, I really don't mess with those numbers. Just added the turbo slope, and it had the turbo slope delay or whatever. So those are my numbers that I ended up with. So the furthest I think I went was 46. So the last time I showed y'all my 44, I believe I was at 44 and 44. So I just put up my end half to 46. So my full throttle voltage is dropping from turbo. It's not really dropping from my front half. So I could still play with the front half a lot more than I am. I just know that I had it going smooth, so I didn't want to mess with the numbers. But what I can do is literally go up one by one each run, which I don't take my time in doing. I need to go up one each run until I see that front half not taking it or the battery is dropping too low, and then back off of that, start working on the back half. But I'm also finding my sweet spot with the car, with the ramp that I need to be at to run a certain number, and so on. Like, I figure once I get here, good, I don't need to mess with it no more. It should always be there. It should be the gun that's making it go how you want from there. That's my thought on that. But pretty much everything is still the same, and that's how we was running it. I did mess with my acceleration. Now, I normally run 10, but I was running 6 and 5. But if you could explain what does this do? Does this progress how the ramp comes in in the ESC, the acceleration of that. I don't know. Maybe you can explain it to me in the description, but I don't know about that. But anyway, let's just look at the log one more time because I wanted to show y'all the front half. So remember, the front half is all of the numbers, the boost that ain't it. That's all the boost that I'm running, right? Hopefully y'all seeing this because it got a glare. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, front half before I hit 100% is all boost. So, boost. That's boost right there. See, I'm at 6.8 and I'm like right at 92% throttle, so I'm still all in boost. So 6.8, I couldn't even tell you if it's bad or good because I'm now tuning with this option, but I feel I should be more up here than I in the boost side because I'm already at 7.1 and I'm not even to turbo yet. So now when turbo hit, that's just gonna drop that more. So maybe I can work on my front half. Maybe that's something I need to do. Plus my current is up there. It's at 407. So yeah, that's definitely something I need to work on. Definitely. And then once that 100 come in, you see it drop to that 6.6. And it held it for a little minute. But it didn't drop below the 6.6. But I think I could still do better in my front half. But everything is a work in progress right now. I'm not the mastermind behind this, so I'm learning. So as I learn, I'm hopefully help somebody out, and we'll go from there. But anyway, hopefully we can get some data. They got a race in CT this weekend. I am trying to make it. My schedule is a little bit been tricky for me, so I'm definitely gonna try to make it. So I'll keep y'all updated and stay tuned for more. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. And car's working well. Hopefully we could get fast and keep chasing them numbers.